I stumbled closer, clutching the emergency pistol I hadn't fired since the academy. My legs were weak from dehydration, and the impact bruises still ached. She turned her head toward me, eyes reflecting silver like liquid mirrors. "You survived," she said, her words fractured but understandable, as if human speech was a language she'd tasted before. What are you?" I demanded, raising the pistol with shaky arms. Her smile was disarming. "I am not your enemy." The wind rustled the strange violet grass around us, carrying a faint metallic tang. I hadn't seen another living creature bigger than a bird since I crawled from the wreckage, and now here she was, slender with elongated features, wrapped in strips of woven material that shimmered like liquid glass. "You should not point that at me," she added gently, nodding to my weapon. "You will not need it." Against every survival instinct I lowered it. Hunger and loneliness had gnawed at me, and the sudden presence of someone who could speak was too overwhelming to push away. She rose gracefully from the panel, and I realized she wasn't taller than me, though her bearing made her seem otherworldly. Her fingers were long, tipped with faintly glowing nails, and when she gestured, the air itself seemed to ripple. "I am Lyra," she said. "And you are?" "Lieutenant Daniel Kepler." "Human." The moment I said it, her markings pulsed with light, as though the word resonated with her. "Human," she repeated softly, almost reverently. "Middle." For days, Lyra guided me through the alien landscape. She showed me how to crack open the fruit that grew on crystalline stalks, how to sip water from underground roots that tasted faintly sweet. She taught without condescension, moving with a patience that made me feel less like a stranded soldier and more like an initiate. She would trace symbols in the dirt, flowing curves and intersecting lines, and say words in her language, waiting for me to repeat them. Each symbol seemed alive, as if it belonged both to the land and to her. One night, as we sat beneath the twin moons, I asked, "Why are you helping me?" She tilted her head. "Because you are not just a visitor. You are chosen." "Chosen? By who?" Her silver eyes met mine. "By us. By me." Before I could respond, she reached out and took my arm. Her skin was warmer than I expected, almost radiant. With her glowing fingertip, she began to draw on my forearm. Lines, curves, spirals. Symbols like the ones she had taught me, but more intricate, almost alive. The moment she finished, the marks shimmered, sinking into my skin as if absorbed by blood and bone. I jerked back. "What the hell did you just do?" She held my wrist firmly. "Do not fear. The symbols are binding. Now you are one of us too." The markings didn't fade. They glowed faintly, just like hers. I tried to scrub them off with sand, even scratched at them, but they remained, pulsing in time with my heartbeat. Lyra only smiled, her expression both serene and fierce. "You are marked. The land will know you. My people will know you." Her words should have terrified me, but instead, a strange warmth spread through me. For the first time since the crash, I felt less alone. But everything changed when we encountered the hunters. We were foraging near a ridge of jagged stone when Lyra suddenly tensed, pulling me behind a pillar of crystal. 3 figures emerged from the misty horizon, tall, armored, with faces hidden behind masks of bone. Their weapons pulsed with sickly red light. "Who are they?" I whispered. "Outsiders," Lyra hissed. "They take what is not theirs. They do not belong." One of them raised a device that crackled with energy. They were searching, hunting. Lyra gripped my marked arm, and the symbols flared brighter. "Stay close," she whispered. Before I could respond, she pressed her glowing hand against the stone. The markings on her skin connected with the rock, and suddenly the pillar shifted, splitting open like a doorway. She pulled me inside just as the hunters swept their weapons across the ridge. We crouched in darkness, the air humming with strange energy. My heart pounded. "What do they want?" I asked. "You," she whispered. "They know a human fell from the sky. They would use you, bend you, break you. That is why you are marked, so they cannot take you." The revelation sent ice through my veins. These symbols weren't decoration. They were protection. "Claim." "They'll keep looking," I said. "They will find us," she admitted. "Unless you accept what the symbols mean." "And what's that?" Her silver eyes glowed in the dark. "That you are no longer just human. You are ours." The conflict. That night, sleep didn't come easily. The glow on my arm kept me awake, pulsing faintly with energy that felt alive. I thought about my duty, to survive, to signal for rescue, to get back to human space. But a gnawing truth settled in. Even if rescue came, would I still be the same? Would they even recognize me, with alien symbols etched into my veins? Lyra sat beside me, quiet, as though she could hear the storm in my thoughts. "You can leave," she said softly. "If rescue comes, go. But the mark will remain. A bridge between us. Between your people and mine." "Why me?" I asked again, the desperation raw in my voice. Her answer was simple, almost gentle. "Because you looked at me without hate." The hunters returned at dawn. This time there were more, 5 of them, weapons raised. They had tracked us. Their leader pointed directly at me, and though his face was hidden, I felt his hunger like a blade. Lyra stepped in front of me, markings blazing like fire. "He is ours," she shouted in her tongue, her voice ringing with power. The hunters laughed, the sound metallic and cruel. One raised his weapon, red energy coiling. And then my symbols flared. Power surged through me. Heat like molten fire racing down my veins. Instinctively, I raised my hand, and a burst of light shot outward, striking the ground before the hunters. The shock wave knocked them back, scattering their formation. I staggered, stunned. What did I just do? Lyra's expression was fierce, proud. The symbols woke. "You are one of us now." The hunters regrouped, snarling. They came at us, weapons blazing. Together Lyra and I fought. She moved with impossible grace, weaving symbols in the air that solidified into shields of light. I, driven by instinct and the bond burning in my skin, unleashed bursts of energy that knocked our enemies sprawling. For the first time, I wasn't just a survivor. I was a warrior. When the last hunter fled into the mist, wounded and furious, the land fell silent again. My chest heaved, every muscle trembling. Lyra touched my arm, her smile radiant. "Now you understand." Ending. Weeks passed, and no rescue came. My shuttle wreck remained a husk, beacon long dead. But I no longer felt stranded. The symbols on my arm had become part of me, pulsing with life, whispering knowledge when I needed it. With Lyra, I learned more each day. How to read the songs of the wind, how to call light from stone, how to fight not with fear but with unity. One evening beneath the twin moons I asked her, "If humans find this world, what then?" She gazed at the horizon, her silver eyes soft. "Then they will see you, and know that we are not enemies. You will be bridge, Daniel, between your sky and my land." Her words sank deep into me. I had once been just a soldier, a crash survivor. Now I was something else entirely.